Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyranny, with me, Bring It On. So I did get a chance to go over Siren's talent trees off camera. She has some really interesting stuff going on for her. We'll go over that after I allocate her attribute points. So by default, her highest score is Resolve. It's at 14. Right now she does have that +3 bonus from Stand Together, Stand Tall. I'm assuming it's for the Affliction duration. So I'm going to pump this up to 19. And then for the remaining points, I don't know if I want to do Wits or Vitality. I'm going to do Vitality. And then going forward, I'll put the rest into Wits. Yeah, sounds good. Alright, so she has technically 3 talent trees. The songs you don't unlock yourself. As she levels up, she unlocks new songs. Until dual vocalization, where she can sing 2 songs at the same time. So the Peace tree seems more focused just on buffing in general. The War tree is more offensive oriented, as well as has some good tank talents as well. I don't know how I want to build her. I have no idea. So let's just go over what she has unlocked right now. So right now, Aria of Force. Siren releases a quick sonic blast that deals crush damage to enemies and forcefully pushes them away from her. So 8 meter push, 21 to 28 crush damage. Okay. She has 5 songs unlocked. Bringer of Death. A song ominously describing the power of Kyros' will as it washes over life and land, reaping those who stand against it. So you can only have 1 song playing at one time until level 13, then you can have 2. And as the battle progresses, the song also progresses. So every 4 seconds it changes stanzas. So the first stanza for Bringer of Death, -6 resolve for 6 seconds for enemies, -10 dodge, -10 parry for 6 seconds, and then weaken for 6 seconds. Blood Brings the Dawn. A powerful battle chant Siren was forced to sing for the Scarlet Chorus to inspire their victory. So plus 25% move speed for 6 seconds, 8 armor, fire, stolen every 3 seconds for 6 seconds, and then bleeding for 6 seconds. So she has these 2 talents here, Lingarous Tempo and Rapid Tempo. This one slows down her songs, this one speeds up her songs by, I think, 25%? Yeah, so slows it down by 25%. So this would be, what, 5 seconds, and this would be speeded up to where it's only 3 seconds per stanza. I don't know where this would ever really be helpful to slow it down, unless there's a buff that you really wanted, or I guess a debuff you really wanted, like Weakened or something. Rapid Tempo I see more use for. It's like if you had an offensive song going on that caused bleeding on enemies, you'd probably want that to trigger, more often, so you want to cycle through the other stanzas faster. Anyway, so Sword of Strength, Sword of Justice. A Song of Valor and Defiance, adopted by the Vendrian Guard to boost morale in their rebellion. So plus 4 might for 6 seconds, plus 4 wits for 6 seconds, and then plus 6 vitality for 6 seconds. I really like this one. I really like attribute buffs. Then Bane of Knight, a song that terrorizes enemies with notes that conjure horrifying visions of the Bane. This one has 4 stanzas. So plus 8 armor arcane, stolen every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. 8 armor raw, stolen every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. Frightened for 9 seconds. And then 8 health drained. 8 of damage restored as health every 3 seconds for 9 seconds. So this might also be one that you want to speed up as well. Because it's 4 stanzas and they last for 9 seconds instead of... no, the debuffs last. Yeah, it still takes 6 seconds though. So the stanzas are still longer. So this might be something you want to speed up. Then Red Runs Our Blood. An old song, once proudly sung by the free cities of the Four Brothers. Since Kyros' destruction of setting sun, the song is rarely sung. So plus 4 might for 9 seconds, plus 8 armor corrode, stolen every 3 seconds for 9 seconds, plus 6 resolve for 9 seconds, plus 8 armor shock, stolen every 3 seconds for 9, and sundered for 9 seconds. This is also interesting. Well, anyway, so I don't know how I would want to build her. I like Aria Resolve. So Siren's Aria bolsters the party's resolve, extending the duration of their helpful effects, and granting them increased dodge and parry. So dodge and parry for 30 seconds, plus 4 resolve for 30 seconds. Yeah, so let's grab that. So Aria of Dissonance. Siren's Aria is Increases the effectiveness of the party's armor and causes foes that strike allies in melee to have their attack damage reduced for a time. I'm going to grab that as well. So I don't really care for disarming guys, but I have to get disarming guys or Lingarous tempo to unlock the next tier. This seems okay. Well, I feel like you can control this. This might be a waste of a talent to increase the range of her songs. I don't know what sustained breath means. Like +1 retained breaths for 300 seconds. I don't know how that affects her songs. If it extends the duration of like the last stanza or what that is. So I don't necessarily want to grab that. I'm going to grab inspiration, and then I guess I'll get rapid tempo here. I get defensive cry, I guess. So when combat begins, Siren reflexively cries out, protecting her and nearby allies by significantly increasing endurance, will, and magic defenses. And then Aria of Respite removes a random hostile effect. Stacked with my character's same aura. Might be nice. So Siren sings notes that seep into the minds of her allies and draw them to lucidity. Removes a hostile effect from each ally affected. Again, I don't know if this is the best route to take. Again, she has a lot of really interesting stuff, and I don't know if I'm committed to this, but I can always respec if I need to in the future, so not a huge deal. Alright, let's go over her equipment. So she has the Songbird's Bridle. So a complex locking mechanism on the rear of this ornate helm keeps it fastened to Siren's head. The Archon of Song raises her voice. The gem at the brow flashes with crimson light, as if in warning. No matter how much you puzzle it out, you can't fathom how this gear was assembled or fastened in the first place, much less how to remove it. Oh, and it can be upgraded the forge. Cool. Songbird's dress. Siren's dress is made from the finest cloth in the Northern Empire. Among the layers of silk, you can just barely perceive delicate arcane runes and musical notation stitched in gold thread and shaped in an approximation of chains. Though it seems fashioned for courtly presentation, the garment's endurance throughout the length of the war rivals disfavored iron, leaving no one in doubt of its protective quality. Songbird's gloves. Gloves like these... excuse me. Gloves like these are more commonly found in the hands of diplomats, but evident wear shows that these have spent their recent history clutching more weapons than sweaty palms. And then Songbird's cloth wraps. These boots are better suited to carpet or marble floors, though they have managed to hold up in spite of the war's degrading influence on everything around it. And then Discordant Melody. +15 performance skill. Cool. Alright, let's go over the new spell that we have, or new core that we have. Emotion. So Enrage Mind. Cause an ally to fly into a furious rage. The ally gains the effects of the enraged affliction, at the end of which they return to their former state. Cover is reduced by 25%, health increased by 15%, will reduce by 15%. I thought it gave strength. Or might. Oh well. Taunting Jest. Fire a bolt of harassive energy, filling the target with hatred and taunting them to attack. A Wave of Despair. Wash over enemies with a wave of dispassionate energy. Affected foes are dazed, fatigued, and have reduced movement speed. Then Aura of Fear. Conjure an aura of fear around the target. Enemies affected by the aura are frightened. So I'm actually tempted to give this... Oh, he doesn't have enough. I think I'm going to give this to Barrick. So he has another taunt. What do I have? Oh, Sigil of Piercing. Not as worried about that right now. So I think I'm going to start shifting Lantry away from these offensive spells into more crowd control and support spells. I'm going to hold off on it for right now. Alright, so we have another missive from Tunon on the subject of these spires. My dear Donald, the court is all abuzz with the news of the Civil War. Representatives from the coarse and the disfavored are having little shouting matches in front of Tunon. The petitioners to the court seem swept up in talks of who will crush whom, and if and when Tunon will bring down the gavel and stop the fighting. What has me more intrigued is the other story out of Vendrian's Well. Tunon sends you on what I thought was going to be a one-way trip to the well, and not only do you live, you somehow claim the mountain spire. And you broke Kyros' edict, too. Such things make a little civil war seem so trivial in comparison, at least to those who can separate the message from the noise. Tell me, what was it like to break the edict, and how is it you took control of the spire? Fatebinder Rogulis. Explain the experience as best you can. Dear Rogulis, Kyros' edict simply said that an agent of the Overlord must claim Ascension Hall before Kyros' Day of Swords. The only thing I consciously did was take charge of the battle to claim Ascension Hall. My claiming of the spire happened just moments after I felt the edict's grip release. The floor of Ascension Hall gave way, unearthing a glowing pattern buried beneath the chamber floor. Kyros only knows how long it's been buried under the tile. As for how I actually claim the spire, it is perhaps a mutual bond. Atop the spire is an old structure, a twin-tined edifice. I'll include a sketch on the back of the parchment. The structure spoke to me in sensations and images, and it seems to respond to my presence in some limited capacity. That's what happened, as best as I think to describe it. Does any of this sound familiar, or bring to mind any old stories or rumors? Donald. Yeah, send it. Or, whoops. Alright. Let's talk to Tamarin. The man gives you a slight bow with his arms outstretched before him. You can see his arms bear markings both familiar and foreign to you. Greetings, Fatebinder. I may not be a mystic or a mighty warrior, but what I possess are my connections to the world trade. You traveled the world? Yes, I've seen this empire from one end to another. It would seem that my travels always take me to the very heart of Kyros' conquests. He crosses his arms and looks off beyond the spire. The tears, however, they're unlike anything I've seen before. I'm sorry to digress. I'm sure you would like to see my wares. What's so different about the tears? He shifts from foot to foot nervously. I'm sure you wouldn't want to hear a mere apprentice forgebound going about unimportant matters, Fatebinder. Please, let me be of service to you. I'll show what we have for sale. Ravager. Arrows that strike from Ravager's heart are hungry for blood. The superb balance and heavy pull of this bow demand that only masters of archery wield Ravager in battle. Its weapon crit, bleeding for 13 seconds. Got it. Pyrostring bow. Kindling, on weapon crit, burning. The top bowstring glows with the light of embers and singes the archer's fingertips. The bowsman suffused with the magic of the former school of Wild Wrath and gives off faint trails of smoke. Dusk Claw. I was trying to say Dusk Blade. Nighthunter. All damage increased by 20% at night. This push dagger has an affinity for darkness, leading many to believe that it was once owned by Blood and Mark, Archon of Shadows. Even that distant possibility has caused it to gather dust on our merchant display cases, as few would risk drawing the Archon's gaze by purchasing his possessions. And that's it. Of note, anyway. So do not have... Where's it at? Oh, I'm just shy of what I need for the Forgebound. Ivora. The young Forgebound kneels down, quietly observing the molten metal flowing into the forge, taking in every detail with awe. She almost doesn't notice your approach. Fatebinder. My apologies for being so distracted. I've just never seen a forge as impressive as this. She stands up and dusts off her knees. Care to buy something? Show me what we have for sale. Definitely some interesting stuff. Let's sell some stuff. I need money regardless. Oh, Iron Foot Knockers, so these are unique. Tenacity, so +1 resolve, and form +1 vitality. These intimidating boots look perfect for kicking through doorways, urging a hauler forward on the war trail. I kind of want to buy that. So leave me with next to no money. I'm going to buy it anyway. Because what's money if not spent? I mean, I don't have to pay the upkeep for the Spire, but... we'll deal with that in due time. In fact, I can sell this and that should cover the next cost anyway. Like so. Alright, Volus, Master of Smiths. Greetings, Fatebinder. How may I help you? Do you think you could free my friend from his armor? Fatebinder. If you think I hadn't already had my eye on that problem, you don't know the Forge Bound at all. The Archsmith releases a hearty laugh. Master Sedenia, though, or the smiths at Lethian's Crossing Forge may be able to help you. Besides Sedenia, who might help? Perhaps someone not bound to the guilds of the north. Beric simply covers his eyes with his palm and shakes his head. Far be it for me to gossip, Fatebinder, but I've heard tell that a smith with some knowledge of sigils works out of a small ruin in the Stone Sea. The Lethian's Crossing smiths likely know more than I about such matters. Tell me about the forge. He gestures at the nearby anvils. If you want to upgrade your weapons and armor, you can use any of the anvils. It should be simple enough if you've got the materials. If you need something that requires a master smith, like forging a one-of-a-kind item, come talk to me, and I'll see what I can do. Is there anything else I can do for you? I want you to forge something for me. Certainly, Fatebinder. So Alchemist Gloves, and it's artifact. Alright, so I think an artifacts are like what my, those gloves I got from Bled and Mark are, where they upgrade. And this requires money. Does it not tell me what I need? Okay, it does. It does right down here. Oh, that's expensive. Should I read through all this? I can't afford any of this anyway. Oh, wait, I can get simplicity. Should I, though? I don't want to waste my money on this. Immunity to hobbled. We'll hold off on this for now. Let's talk about the other thing. I found this hilt in the old walls. What can you tell me about it? That looks like the hilt of Sentinel, one of the finest swords the Forge Bound have ever made. With this, I could recreate it if you want. Is there anything else I can do for you? Where's Sentinel at? Oh. Oh, it's a two-handed weapon. That's right up my alley. Yeah, let's read some of these. I guess we'll read them as I unlock them as well. So, Alchemist Gloves. The leather padding surrounding these gloves is dotted with sewn pockets containing herbs, lozenges, and packets of powder commonly found in healing remedies. Gloves like these are originally designed centuries ago by the Archon of Humors, an accomplished magician known in his day for destabilizing the balance of liquids in his enemies. With the flick of his wrist, he could cause internal hemorrhaging, mood adjustments, and unforgettable bout disruption. Whole battles were won by his spellcasting, which left enemy combatants clutching their guts and leaking uncontrollably. When there wasn't an uprising to quell, the Archon made use of his time improving upon accepted healing techniques. He even invented several of the practices commonly found today. Leeching and the siphoning of fluids came from his influence, and herbs long avoided as poisons were repurposed for purging solutions. Many of his lesser-known advancements in the healing art were of questionable validity and should be used with caution. Plus 20 control life, and then Orb of Life. Launch an orb of healing energy at a location. On impact, the orb creates a zone of restorative energy that will periodically heal any party member within the area. The amount of healing scales with the Alchemist Gloves renown. Cool. And then Commander's Plate. This bronze armor is inspired by the garb of the great northern warlords, who initially opposed the dominion of Kyros. The value of this armor can not measure up to the actual breastplates of the true warlords, as the wealth of entire realms went into their elaborate forging. Since those deserving of such pieces were few and far between, the old kings and queens of the north were happy to spoil their generals with trappings that required the craft of whole civilizations to assemble, from the complex and intricate metallurgy to the bejeweled fittings and enchantments tailored for the much celebrated wearer. In spite of the expenditure of effort and resources, such armor was never handed down the family line, as would be tradition today. The warlord's remains were recovered by the home nation. The armor would be ceremonially melted down and destroyed. During the overlord's conquest of the north, enough such champions died far from home that the knowledge of their armor eventually made its way to the forgebound. You recognize engravings in the pauldrons as fragments of ancient battle poetry, their full relevance lost along with their language of origin. Whether or not this measures up to the original design, it should be worn with pride. Modify as apply the last will of command, call to battle, resurgence, undying. So these are all leadership talents. How does it affect it? I don't know if it improves it. Maybe it reduces the cooldown. I don't know. But this is perfect for my character if it affects all these leadership talents, because I'm going to end up getting all of these anyway. So redeploy, instantly swap positions with a companion. Both you and your ally receive a bonus to vitality and finesse until the end of combat. These effects scale with the Commander's Plate. Commander's Plate's renown. 2 possessives. Elegance. The spear is assembled with a simple design that belies its intentionality. Its head flashes with brilliant light when thrust, and it cuts the air with a song-like utterance. Plus 10 accuracy and plus 10 control of motions. Might be good for Barrick if he's using that one taunt spell. Enchanted cloth slippers. These slippers are sewn from fine materials. Their intent is to allow the navigation of serene royal grounds without disruption. Plus 1 finesse and plus 10% magic defense. Headhunter. The design of this blade was inspired by an isolated tribe of northern cannibals who lived in ignorance of Kyros. In 93 TR, the Overlord's army butchered the last of their number. Prior to their downfall, the tribe used weapons like this to hunt servants of Kyros. Plus 1% bonus damage for every 1% missing health. Praying. Nightwalker's Boots, another artifact. These dark and supple boots are made from the hide of a powerful beastman hunter. Someone with the beast possessed in life endures in death, which has been augmented by runes pertaining to the Archon of Shadows. In addition to Blood and Mark's name, less recognizable sigils seem to glow with power, though fall short of disrupting the darkness. One familiar rune corresponds to the name of an Archon of Shadows who was a purported beastwoman herself, a peerless stalker and trapper who eschewed human civilization and lived for untold centuries. It was said that she moved from one wilderness to the next, working her way through the local prey until she was the uncontested alpha, and would then move on, intent on becoming the dominion over all nature. Whether Kyros proved her wrong, or she still lurks in the wilderness, is a matter of speculation. So tracking, plus 10% perception distance, and plus 2 trap detection. Then Shadow Stride. Teleport behind an enemy and attack, dealing significant bonus damage. Damage increases with the Nightwalker Boots renown. Then Pride of the Forgotten. The shield is patterned off the lid of a traditional northern sarcophagus. Runes engraved into the metal offer arcane words of protection and longevity. It is much too heavy for an average soldier to wield, and only a northerner would appreciate its meaning. Minus 50% all damage taken while health is below 35%. Seems pretty good. It's like a nice little last-ditch effect. So Sentinel. Fighters who live to an advanced age will adopt swords like Sentinel early in their career. Tradition holds that the wielder etches a tasteful representation of their life's path along the flat of the blade. Anyone who picks it up after their death will know their story. This practice gave way to complicated laws of inheritance and has faded from popularity. So plus 5% health while has wounds every 6 seconds. So just cool. Okay, just keep regenerating health. Silken gloves. Fine gloves are often worn by royal pages or the servants of archons while attempting to stay out from underfoot during the execution of their duties. Grace plus 1 finesse. Simplicity. Makers of arcane staves have experimented with means of imbuing a weapon with one type of arcane aptitude with mixed results. Difficulties in the process have yielded staves like these, where a broad range of arcane disciplines are bolstered in the wielder at once. Easier to cast a wide net than hope to snag down one wriggling fish. +5 to all magic skills. Sorcerer's Blade. This blade was designed by bloodthirsty mages who wanted additional methods of visiting chaos and entropy upon their foes. +10 control atrophy, +10 control gravelight. Surefoot Scaled Greaves. These boots keep the wearer balanced and light on their feet at all times. I've already read that. Thieves' Bravado. The flashy edge and featherlight balance of this dagger all but encourages showmanship. It has passed between the hands of cut purses and jugglers over a long and recognized career. So +10 to parry, and then impenetrable, +50 parry while health below 50%. So I think this would also be good for Barrick. If I just want to go straight tank, Thieves' Bravado mixed with Pride of the Forgotten, along with he gets 2 talents. Oh, where are they at? Yeah, so Wounded Defender, he gets a significant armor boost when his health drops to critical. Does it say what critical is? It does not. Then same with this one, when his health drops to, yeah, below 35%. So I guess 35%, or below 35% is considered critical health. And he gets a big heal, and then he can also get a lot of bonus armor off of that. And then stacked with that one shield, and then get that all that extra parry off of that dagger. I feel like he'd basically be untouchable. Might be too much, though. Too much focus on parrying.
I got it.
Alright, so I want to check out a couple of things before we proceed with the story. Let me actually grab Eb real fast.
What is it you... Of course.
Let's swap her out with
I will meet you at the Spire.
her and to the Runic Hall in case we fight Bane. I'm curious if that door opened that was down here now that we've claimed the Spire. Nope, still can't open it. Alright, then I wanted to go talk to the leader of Lethian's Crossing real fast. Or the disfavored leader. Because we found that note saying that the disfavored had someone go into the old walls. Which is a big no-no. I'm wondering if that can be addressed with, I don't remember her name. It starts with a V. It's like Vanatari? Something like that. Ventara. Nope, nothing new. It's a little disappointing. Alright, can I go... Alright, we'll exit over here, and then we'll go back to the Spire. We'll go back to the Mountain Spire and see if that one guy has anything. Because I was looking at the recruits as well, and I think focusing on the recruits to give you free stuff. Where's it at? Here. So these guys who give you free bronze ingots and iron ingots are probably the best ones to get first. I've been going for the merchants just to see what unique items that they have, or if they have any new spells or core sigils or anything like that for sale. But these might be the best investments early on, so you can get more free stuff. It's like here. So Lone Fang, free food. Kenrick, I guess free weapons. I assume if they say produces, you get it for free. Let's see. Yeah, crate camping supplies periodically. And then here, I think it's just the crafting materials. Alright, but good. We can finally progress. Did all the reading and talking that I wanted to do at the top of this spire. I could hire... Well, I can't hire any recruits that I actually want, so... But yeah, I think I'm going to focus on getting all the producing recruits next. Just for free stuff. Because you can sell it, and I'm assuming if you just sell like whatever he drops... You can sustain the upkeep cost for the spires. It's only 2 bronze. Or 2.5 bronze, I guess. Alright, let's go grab Verse. I grabbed Ebb because I assumed we were going to be able to go into the old walls down there and fight Bane. But since that's not the
At
case...
your service. What do you need? Point me in the right...
I'll tack homeward. See you there.
Will do.
So Iron Hall Trail, that's where we were before. We might go here next episode. Go and grab that for siding, or... shoot, lost my train of thought. For siding with the Forgebound. Previously. Secluded Forge. Alright, so that's where we go for Barrick's quest. Alright, cool. So we have a couple of side things to do next episode. So we'll go to the Forgebound Supply Cache, and then I guess to the Secluded Forge. And then we'll head to Iron Hearth after that. Just want to double check a couple of things. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's any new stuff here. Now that it's been cleared out, kind of like how the Vendrian's Well Village, after we went through and cleared out all the Vendrian Guard, like there are new NPCs and people there to talk to. So we might check that out as well. So let me teleport here. And then in the next episode we'll check out Vendrian's Well Citadel Keep? I forgot what it's called already. Yeah, Vendrian's Well Citadel, we'll check that out next time, and then we'll do the 2 side areas. And yeah, so we got a plan. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.